watching a master at work.
Maybe in magazines, but you still be my star. Baby, cause in the dark, you can't see shiny cars. And that's when you need me there. With you, I'll always share. Because when the sunshine, we shine together. Told you I'll be here forever. Said I'll always be your friend. Took an oath, I'ma stick it out to the end. I bet it's raining more than ever. Know that we'll still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella. You can stand under my umbrella. Under my umbrella. Under my umbrella. Under my umbrella.
Warning, some viewers may find the following talent dope as This episode of The Review Room is intended for mature audiences only. San Fernando.
Get a man, but he's gone now. Cry me a
Introducing for the very first ever live and in person review room.
You know it's time for the review room. But if I'm being honest, Amar needs to get his ass back in that studio and drop some new fucking music, cause I'm tired of waiting.
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's such an honor to be here. Thank you for having me over to your show. I greatly appreciate it, and I'm just excited to get this going. My name is NoisyBoy. I'm born and raised in Lufkin, Texas. I mostly make electronic dance music. I mean, I'm a music producer and DJ, but I like branching out into other genres as well. Uh, but yeah, it's such an honor to be here. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to hear y'all's music. I'm excited for y'all to hear my music. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, for sure. Either or is cool. I guess I'll talk a little bit more about myself. But yeah, just not too long ago, or actually, I'll just start from the beginning. I started making music back in 2015 at the age of about 11 or 12. And this all started because I discovered uh, the artist who would impact my whole artistry, Skrillex and his album Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites. And it was just this moment where I heard one of his songs from the album, which was also Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites, that just, ignited something in me and just made me fall in love with EDM, his catalog and just the genre as a whole. And this just later branched out into me being curious on what exactly is EDM, how do you make EDM, and just the culture of EDM in general. And after that, I just made it my mission to learn how to make EDM and learn how to make music. And this led to me downloading a bunch of apps on my iPad at the time, just to try to find a way to make some sort of music or any type of music. And I did this from fifth grade to like eighth grade, which is 2015 to 2018. And then from 2018 to 2020, I did GarageBand Mobile. And this is where I finally began dropping music and remixes on SoundCloud, all from which were made from GarageBand Mobile. And finally, when the pandemic hit, that's when I decided to finally hop on Ableton and decided to take my music career more seriously and started making records on Ableton. And fast forward to February of 2024, a friend of mine who's also a talented music producer and DJ, songwriter, Kisco, we decided to collab on a track called Trying to Be. And we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know, well, what was going to happen. We just knew that we were just having fun. We were enjoying, what we do, which is make music, and just giving out our ideas and sharing our passion with the world. And we ended up dropping the record in February, and in a matter of 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks, the record just blew up on Instagram. It was going crazy. People were sharing it, commenting, liking. It got a million views on Instagram, and this eventually got to uh, the ears of the artists that we have looked up to and artists whose music we have on our playlist. And they started following back. They started reaching out. Yo, your music is sick. Let me play it out. This and that. And yeah, it was just insane. It was a full circle moment. And eventually, we landed with Prodigy artists who later turned out to manage us and is still managing us. And it was, such an honor to be able to work with them. And, it was just such a really cool feeling to see our dreams slowly start, coming to reality and just start, for the doors to start opening up. It was truly insane. And, we wouldn't be here without any of y'all's support and any of y'all's love. So from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate every single one of you who's taking the time to listen, and, spread the word, share our music, listen to our music. It's truly an honor. So, yeah, that's just a little bit about me.
Well, man, listen, you might have to take over this stream tonight, cause they can't hear me. But you know what? I'm happy to have you, even if they can't hear me. I'm gonna try to figure this one out. I'm gonna go ahead and play some of your songs. That
For sure.
way, we can. Do you want to introduce the name of this? Let me see what do we have here. Do you want
Yeah,
to introduce
it's
the
weird.
name, and I'll
Yeah,
play
it's
it?
weird because I can hear you on my end, but I guess they're not hearing you on their side.
Oh, they're saying
But
y'all can hear me now. Sam Kim Opa says we can hear you now. Oh, we can hear you now. Okay, perfect, perfect. Well, go ahead, man.
But yeah, this remix that I have right here is a remix I did uh late uh late December of last year, and I just wanted to end the year with, just something that had good vibes and good energy, and just something that kind of reminisced or had the energy that the whole year of 2024, had for me, which was just nothing but blessings, positive energy, good energy. And I wanted this track to reminisce kind of that feeling that I just experienced throughout, all of 2024. And I feel like you can hear that, especially on the outro of this record. It's more like on the emotional, sentimental side, but still having that hard energy that I like bringing out to my records. But yeah, this was just kind of like a, you know what, 2024 was a great year, and here's my last gift for you as a thank you for all the support and all the love. So yeah,
Well, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and share.
yeah, this is that remix.
I bet you never tell them how it feels, how it feels. I bet you never tell them how it feels, how it feels. I bet you never tell them how it feels, how it feels. I bet you never tell them how it feels, how it I'm sorry, that's the way it is. You're fooling me twice out, baby. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. You're fooling me twice. 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 I bet you never tell. They just wanna hate us.
Let's go. Damn. Damn. No, I didn't want that to end, bro. I was ready for like 5 more minutes of that. I was jamming out.
I
Noisy
appreciate
boy,
it,
y'all.
bro.
Let's welcome
Thank
Noisy
you.
boy in here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My bad. Were you trying to say something?
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, but yeah, I just appreciate all the love on this remix. I really do.
Yeah, I see. I think I just hit myself. What do you say? I think I just hit myself in the face with a glow stick. Let's go. That's so dope. We appreciate y'all for the love. We got Noisy Boy in here. We got a few questions we're gonna ask him for the night, and if y'all have any questions for him, please feel free to drop them in the chat. But Noisy Boy, you talked a little bit about your humble beginnings. Talked about being from Lufkin, being picked up by Prodigy Management. So and you talked about last year being really fruitful, but I kind of want to take it back a little bit to the beginning of your journey. I mean, you said you started making music at 12 years old. What sparked that initial interest, and what's kept you going?
So yeah, I mean, the whole reason I started making music was because of me discovering Skrillex's whole discography. and it was his early stuff too, from the Scary Monsters and Night Sprites album, and the sounds that he had created in that whole album was something that my 12-year-old self hadn't heard at that time. It was all new to me, and especially being brought up in East Texas where everybody around you is either playing rap, country,
Yeah.
or some sort of Spanish music,
Yeah.
especially in a Hispanic household. So this was all new to me, and it really caught my interest to the point where I was like, okay, so this new sound is called EDM. How do you make it, and what do you need to make it? And this is when started doing my research. I started, seeing that okay, there's FL Studios, there's Ableton, there's GarageBand, there's Logic. These are the DAWs that people make music in. Okay, now how do they make that music? Okay, there's Serum, there is Vital, Massive, all these other dope plugins to make this genre. And this is when I was like, okay, I'm determined to figure out a way to make this music, which led to just me finding any sort of way to make music. This was, like I said, uh, finding apps on the App Store, to make music on my iPad. And then at one point, it was even beatboxing. I would beatbox, or actually, I would be the one hosting rap battles in middle school, and it would legit be like the whole cafeteria just getting around like four kids, me beatboxing and like three rappers, and they would just go back to back freestyling. But it was just because like I didn't know it at the time, but I just enjoyed the feeling I got when I was just creating something music related.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just kind of like this hunger and drive to see, okay, what else can I make? How can I improve? And just how can I grow better as a producer and an artist? And once I got more down the line to where I was working on Ableton, this is where I finally started taking my music career seriously, and finally started taking, the NoisyBoy project serious. And this is where, I finally started going more in depth on sound design, song arrangement, writing melodies, and all this stuff. And from this point on, it was just kind of the feeling of being able to share your music with the world and your ideas,
Yeah.
and then also just the trial and error part, honestly. uh and I just like finding new ways and new techniques to make music, and uh failing at those techniques, and then learning new ways to fix those errors by creating new solutions. And then it's just a whole process. It's a whole never ending learning process, which is
Like
something
trial
that
and
I
error.
enjoy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a trial and error, and it's just kind of like what's kept me going. And then now with finally being able to have an audience to share my music with, and finally being able to uh, connect with people that I've looked up to my entire life, and for them to have my music being played out at some of the biggest stages in the world is just one of the dopest feelings and one of the most rewarding feelings that I could possibly experience. And I just hope that I'm making my 12-year-old self proud from all the progress we have made ever since I heard that first song to the first time I started making music to now. And it's just kind of like, yeah, it's just that feeling of being able to spread your music to the world, your ideas, and for people to enjoy it, and that that they enjoy it, and start playing that music out in some of the biggest stages. It's one of the best feelings in the world, and yeah, it's just what keeps me going.
Honestly, man, that's a really beautiful thing that you said, and I think a lot of artists in here can relate to that. I mean, we all want to make music that people enjoy, and clearly a lot of people enjoy your music, and I think that you have already made your 12-year-old self proud. So, um, before we get too sentimental here, let's go ahead and play another track from Noisy Boy. I want to know more about. I mean, you kind of talked about Barry Can't Swim, how it feels. This remix was about last year and how it was kind of a feel good year for you. I want to go ahead and play Demons. I believe was one that you recommended to me, and I want to know what this one's about with a title like Demons, of course.
For sure. So this one is actually kind of a funny story because the way I've made it was just by how, going back to what I said, just the trial and error.
Hmm.
Uh, I was just trying out different techniques on how to make more textured bases, just different ways to make sound design. And I stumbled upon just taking a sine wave, which is essentially just an 808,
Mm.
uh, taking a sine wave and making a pattern, and then just adding hella OTTs. Like if I show you the project file, I'll probably have like 18 to 20 OTTs on this just one sine wave, and then just exporting it into an audio wave and then chopping it up, making a different pattern. But yeah, this is essentially just me just experimenting with how to work in Ableton and how to just find a new way to make music. And as far as the title Demons, I found this vocal on Splice, and I just really like the atmosphere, the cadence of the vocalist, and I was like, yo, this is perfect for this record. The instrumental itself is already dark and heavy, and this vocal just enhances that. And this was one of the quickest records that I finished in a while. Actually, I think I only took like a month to finish it. And yeah, I mean, I'm super excited to finally share with y'all this record in March. And yeah, I'm super stoked for it. I'm super stoked for it.
All right, we're gonna listen to this track, and then we're gonna get real personal with you. No, I'm just playing. We're gonna ask you some more questions after this track right here. This one's called Demons, NoisyBoy. Make sure y'all show NoisyBoy some love. If you're on YouTube, check the description. You can follow him on all platforms. Damn, bro. Same thing, bro. I was ready for about 10 more minutes to that one. I love your music, bro. You mentioned that vocal chop. It's definitely perfect for this track. I love the energy on this one, man. Can you walk us through your creative process? I mean, with this song or any song in general, do you have a ritual? Do you light candles? Do you meditate? Do you drink a soda? Like, what's your process like?
For sure. As far as ritual, I would just say, I would just light up some candles that smell good and just a bottle of water. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then as far as like the technical side, uh, it's almost random. Or not even random. It's never the same. Like sometimes I'll begin with the intro. I'll start writing down a melody, some chords, some arps here and there. and then occasionally the vocal to just introduce the vibe of the track. And then sometimes I'll start with the drop, and this would consist of just me using Vital or Serum, some of the two plugins that I enjoy using the most. Uh, and I would just start with one single bass, branching out from a sine wave, and from that bass, it'll be very simple. I'll lay down some simple sine wave patterns throughout the 16 bars or however long the drop is going to be. I'll lay it out in different positions to figure out the flow of the track, and then that's when I started going into the sound design. And as far as the sound design, I honestly don't know what I'm doing. I'm still learning as I go. But
As most of us are.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But on the VST itself, this is on Serum or Vital. I keep it very simple. It will be a sine wave or just basic shapes in general. And basic shapes are, your sine wave, square wave, saw wave, and I'll use that and just make a simple shape on the LFO or on the envelope. And then, as far as, the effects, I'll throw in some, compression or OTT, or even just some distortion. And most of the time it's just distortion. But for me, what really does the trick to make the drop or the basses sound complicated is the post processing. This is where I really, really go in depth and in detail on uh, finding certain frequencies or certain ways to manipulate the simple sound to make it sound more complicated, more full, more dirty, more just overall more deep. And it's all branching out from just one single note on a sine wave. And once I find a texture that I like or a sound that I like within that bass, I'll take that same sine wave, I'll copy it over to a different track, and then find a different way to manipulate it to sound slightly different, but also the same from the original bass line by doing different post processing. This could be, a different EQ, different overdrive, OTTs, reverb, automations on the overdrive, on the saturation, erosion, just this whole process. But it all starts from one simple bass note, and this being either a sine wave, square wave, or saw wave. And then once I get the bass down, or the basses in the drop down, this is when I'll start finally getting into the drums. And for me, I love me just a track for it to be really, really to have like really good rhythm, because I feel like if you have a good flow, a good rhythm, the sound design doesn't even have to be that complicated. It doesn't You don't have to go all crazy with the sound design and the basses. Most of the time, if you just have a good energy, good flow, and just good rhythm, driven by the drums, that's already like 80% of your drop, because people are gonna follow the rhythm of the drums. They're gonna
Yeah.
want to group to the drums, and the bass line could just be like the final touch to your drop. Uh, but yeah, on the drums, I'll do kicks, layered kicks, a lot of percussion. I really love me some percussion. Some percussion. I like it. I like going crazy with the hi hats too, like just different hi hats, just to further enhance the groove. And I also like using the hi hats to, we call it ear candy, just to add different textures throughout the
Hmm.
drop.
Yeah.
And then the snares, I really like to find like textured snares, or almost kind of like natural in a way. And by natural, I mean like rim shots, or stuff like that. And I'll take these and I'll do some post processing on the snares, and just to make them have different textures on the drums, just to make it make you go, oh, that was a nice snare. Oh, that was a nice hi-hat pattern or percussion, whatnot. And yeah, it's mostly all different. I don't really have a specific way or a specific set of rules to follow when I make a song. Sometimes, like I said, I'll start with the intro. Sometimes I'll start with the drop, and then if I do start with the drop, sometimes I'll start just with the drums, and then the bass line, and then from that I'll make the intro, and then from that I'll make the post drop, and then the build up, the second drop, and then the outro, and then sometimes it'll just be from beginning to end. this being the intro, build up, drop, second build up, drop, then outro. It's all different. It's all different.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's funny that a lot of artists are kind of like, yeah, I don't have a process, but I do this, and then I do this, and then I do that, and so you kind of do have a process, even if it's like structured chaos. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
that's my process,
exactly.
at least speaking for myself. But
Exactly.
no, I love to hear, like, I mean, I've heard some of your stuff on YouTube. Guys, I don't think y'all know this. I don't even think we talked about this, but the stuff that y'all are hearing right now is unreleased. We are getting a exclusive sneak peek here in the review room of some of NoisyBoy's unreleased music. He's not gonna drop it till next month, and we have the honor of listening to it. So make sure y'all show some love to NoisyBoy in the chat. Let me get some good energy, some lightning bolts in the chat to show NoisyBoy that we got mad love for him, and we appreciate him for taking the time from his busy, super busy schedule. Y'all, it took me about 6 months to get this man on the review room. So we got to make sure, we show him some love and respect. But NoisyBoy, listen, I have a lot of questions for you, but I know we got some people eagerly waiting for a review on their track. Do you mind if we review someone's track real quick?
No, I don't mind at all. I always enjoy new music, checking out what people are creating, and it's always an honor to be able to hear somebody else's art. So hell yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. We're going to start with the first song of the night that was submitted. This one's by Javi. It's called Soul. This one doesn't have a description, and for that, I will shame him. No, I'm just kidding. It's only because I know Javi. Thank you, Javi, for submitting your track. We got mad love for you. You've been a big supporter in the review room, so thank you. It says we have 52 viewers and in total here, so that's X, Twitter, and YouTube. 57 viewers. Here we go. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. I just want to shout out everybody real quick before we get this started. Be the 8th say we got Futures 24 who said noisy with the heat, and also I think they said in Noisy we trust, Noisy for president. There was a few comments down there showing some love, so we appreciate that.
All love. I appreciate all the love.
Yes, Haley Hunter. We got Doc in here. Doc, thank you for coming. Doc and only the host. There are some people who actually host their own music review, and honestly, just Doc is a music review host, does kind of like a love for the indie artist community. He just plays music all day, so much love to them as well. If y'all want to check out their streams, make sure y'all show them some love. We got Javi in here, Haley, who else we got in here on YouTube, Santez, Jasmine Jabbers. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We're gonna go ahead and play this track. This is Soul by Javi. Joseph S., thank you for joining us tonight.
Guess who's fine? Just another lie. The dark is where I build my home. I'm okay, I'm a fraud, I'm not fooling a soul. Repeatedly going through the same shit that I can seem to breathe. Always concerned with why it occurred, but never giving you what I deserve. Am I more than the pain? More than what was done to me? How can I give myself what I need? Loving myself don't come easily. Lord, give me strength, give me sight to see where I gotta grow in life. Lord, I'm allowed to be whole. Learn to live this patched up soul. Flashes in my head, thought I
Dirty
reached
Boys,
the
thank you for
end,
coming.
but here I am again, screaming in my bed. Open eyes but cannot see. Avoiding she keeps me suffering. Trauma responses made their sense. They no longer serve. Let go of them. I wanna live, make it through. Survive the worst, I'll survive this too. Learning to want more for my soul. Knowing may not yet be home. Wish loving myself wasn't so hard. Wasn't so hard.
Wow, Javi. That was a beautiful track, man. That was a really just phenomenal track. I've heard a lot of music from you, but I love the way you layered that one out. I love some of the distant sounding vocals. I loved your delivery on there. I love the runs, like all that stuff. That was bad, but you know what I mean. So it's just really nice to hear that kind of like in my bed. This kind of beat I think fits like your recording style. I thought it was really nice. It had super indie feel. But NoisyBoy, what do you think about that track?
Oh yeah, for sure. I have to agree with you. I really like the layers, especially on vocals. The cadence is fire. Lyrics, I love the lyrics too. The production goes insane too. I enjoy how the vocals do match the production on it as well. Uh, there were some parts. I believe it was like the 42nd ish and 115 ish
Let's
part.
go. Let's go back. Hold on. We'll show them and we'll talk about it too. So let's see. You said 40 seconds.
Yeah, like 40 ish, 50 ish seconds. Yeah, right there, right there. That part was dope. Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there. I like the run you have on the vocal. I would suggest on that vocal if you were to add some like reverb or delay or echo effect to make it just kind of sound like more wide and kind of give it like the 4D effect. uh, yeah, I feel like that would be sick on that part. And then I think on 115 you do the same exact thing on the vocal. Like you have like a little run, and I feel like if you were to add some reverb or delay effect to that vocal part, I feel like that would sound sick. But yeah, other than that, the track is really dope. Yeah.
Yeah, let me run that back real quick. You were saying like right there, a little
Yeah,
bit of
like
delay.
like yeah, like a little bit of delay or like some a really wet reverb. I feel like it will make it sound like if you're levitating. And with that being, I'm assuming that's the chorus. I feel like if you were to give it that airy effect to the vocal, I feel like it would just enhance your experience for the listener, and by making them just kind of like feel like they're on water or
They're
floating.
floating,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's an amazing piece of advice, bro. Thank you, Javi. Thank you for submitting that track as well. That was dope. I feel like every time you submit a new track, I'm like, yeah, that's easily top three. So you're every song you give me is like my next favorite, bro. I appreciate you for submitting. Next song of the night is gonna be a song by Santez. This one's about a girl that he wanted that had a boyfriend. We're gonna play this track and then we're gonna go back to the NoisyBoy interview. So if y'all can think of any questions to ask NoisyBoy while we listen to this Santez track, make sure y'all ask him now. It's now or never. Just kidding. You guys can find him. Check out the links below if you're on YouTube. You can follow him on Instagram. You can subscribe to his YouTube. Check him out, you guys. But for now, this is Ride For Me by Santez.
Go on Tensei is reborn.
I already feel like I'm gonna like this one. I don't know.
yeah, this was fire.
Yeah, right.
He don't gotta know what you're doing. Cheated once before, we've been through this. See it in your eyes, you've been choosing. He don't gotta know what he's losing. Ride, baby, slide, baby. Won't you lie for me? Ride, baby, slide, baby. 'Cause you're all I need.
It's one of those songs, though. You know what I'm saying? I love the beat too, man.
Yeah, instrumental is hard. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all stick around. We definitely we got something to say about this one.
They don't gotta know what we're doing. He don't gotta know what he's losing. See it in your eyes, you've been choosing. I won't say a thing, we've been through this. Lie, baby, ride, baby. Won't you lie for me? Lie, baby, ride, baby. Do it all for me.
I over you. said it last night that you're drunk as fuck. So, I'm drunk as fuck right now. So, let's make it even.
Ride, baby, won't you ride for me? Lie, baby, 'cause you're all I need. They don't gotta know what we're doing. They don't gotta know that you're chosen. Cheated once before, we've been through this. He don't gotta know what he's losing.
Got 85 people right now. Y'all make sure y'all show some love to Sanchez. Ride for Me. Man, what a track. What a track. Y'all saw me out. As soon as I heard the beat, I was like, I think I'm gonna like this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the vibe of the beat. It was dope. The vocals were really cool. I love the effects that you had on the vocals. I thought the beat had a really solid production. I thought the vocals had a good like whoever mixed it did a pretty decent job as well. I mean, I think it sounds really clean. So, what do you think, Noisy Boy?
Yeah, bro. Same. The instrumental, the production was crazy.
Yeah.
On the vocals, yeah, I agree. They were really mixed well, and you could tell too that they were mixed well.
Yeah.
I really love the outro where he has the vocals just repeating, and he has them pan from left to right. I feel like it's really cool cool ear candy for the listener to go back and listen to. I feel like on songs you want to have some sort of ear candy to make the listener want to go back and re-listen to the song, and giving you essentially another play. But yeah, it's just ear candy just to make him like get hooked onto the song a bit more, which on this song is what he does really well. And yeah, I also want to suggest, if anybody else who's watching this, if you're a vocalist, don't be afraid to experiment with effects on your vocals. We have artists who really know how to manipulate the auto tune, or just echo delay. So don't be afraid to branch out and start experimenting with sound effects and adding them to your vocals to further enhance the experience for the listener, and just to make your track sound dope as hell.
Yeah. Sanchez, overall, love the track. Absolutely love it. When are you gonna drop that? Because I'm gonna stream the hell out of that one. I hope you drop a video for that one. Because with the girl talking in the beat, dude, I love stuff like that. Like
it's stuff like that too. Yeah. Like just like little phone call messages, stuff like that. That it makes you dive more into the experience of the track, which is really dope. It's really cool details like that.
Yeah, really cool. Great song, Sanchez. Thank you so much for submitting that to the review room. Hey, I have a few people asking, how do I submit? If you want to submit, y'all can go to the website. It's theamarmonroe.com. I'm just going to play this intermission real quick just so y'all can see where to submit. But I'm actually only going to be playing a few more songs for the night. So if you do want to submit, just take notice that we are going to be playing mostly NoisyBoy tracks tonight. So, but if you guys want to submit, you can go to that website, and that's how you do it. But with that being said, NoisyBoy, we had a few questions come up in the chats. It said, Noisy, are you a music producer? Would you consider yourself a music producer?
Yeah. I think I would. I would consider myself a music producer. Yeah.
Yes. It's in the title, guys. Underneath his video, it says he's an EDM producer. So we appreciate the question. Listen, your sound blends a few different genres. You cite people like Skrillex, Joyride, is it ISOXO? As some of your influences. So do you ever try to channel their styles, or do they kind of inspire something different for you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have a lot of artists that I look up to, and not just artists, genres itself. Like if we're going off of artists, Skrillex, Joyride, ISOXO, who's been killing it, by the way. Hamdi, Peekaboo, just these are some of the artists that have in some way shape or form have inspired me or have affected my artistry in a way and have helped me develop my sound, which I'm still experimenting with, trying out new things to further develop the sound of Noisy Boy and the project of Noisy Boy.
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, essentially, from I like taking different aspects about each artist and finding a way to uh, implement that into my own sound. For example, whenever it comes to house records, I really like captivating the energy that Joyride has in his records and the way he takes old school samples, sampling records from 90s R&B, early 2000s rap or 2010s rap, and sampling that into a groovy house beat with a heavy bass. And for Skrillex, I really like his sound design, the way he writes the vocals for the vocalists, and the drums, especially the drums when it comes to Skrillex. He has a very dope way of just making drums sound in a way like ahead of their time. Like they're just so clean, just very, very, very unique. And that's something that I strive to do with my drums as well. With ISO we have the energy that he carries in his trap records. And if you look at his shows and his sets, from the beginning of the set to the end of the set, it's just nothing but gas, just straight energy, just
Yeah.
people pushing each other, mosh pits, everywhere, and that's something that I want to achieve and replicate whenever it comes to my live performances or just my music in general. I want my music to be energetic and just making you hype in a way. But I also do have records where, going back to Skrillex, he has records where they're more on the chill side. Some are even more radio friendly, which is something that I also enjoy doing. Having records that are energetic, but also more on the chill side for people who enjoy more chill music and radio friendly music for the people who are just mostly on the radio. And yeah, as far as artists, those are some of the artists that I look up to and are am inspired by, and hope to and one day be able to be like them. As far as genres, I love implementing stuff from reggaeton.
Mhm.
Right now, I'm experimenting with some of the music I was brought up with, which is cumbias.
Mhm.
Trying to find a way to implement some of their elements in that genre to my own sound.
You can
To
dance that,
you
bro?
know, what's up?
You can dance that? Cumbia?
Oh yeah, for sure,
Oh,
bro.
dang!
You don't want to see
Dang!
with some cumbias, bro.
Y'all
Yeah,
heard it here. Noisy Boy
yeah,
can dance cumbia. All right, don't mess with him. All right. No, that's amazing to see. You know how vast like your of a range your influence comes from. I mean, it's not just EDM. It's also like you said, cumbia. I mean, you listen to you've listened to country. I mean, you said you were
yeah.
so you're from Lufkin, Texas, right?
Yes, sir. Love in
That
Texas, born and raised.
that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah,
We gotta talk about that some other time, because I think I had told you, that's I had lived there for a little while, so that's
yeah. It's a small world, bro. Small world,
yeah,
for
for
sure.
real, really small world. But do you think that with such a wide range of genres in your music, is there one that you feel is is there one that you feel inspires something in you the most?
Um, that's hard because I like getting inspired by just music in general,
Yeah.
no matter the genre. But I would have to say it would probably be cumbia or just Spanish music in general, because just from the earliest memories that I have in my childhood, it involves music, and the music that I remember listening to was Spanish songs.
Yeah.
This being your cumbias from like Grupo Flash, Master, JLB, all my people from Piedras Negras, y'all know what I'm talking about. Uh, to stuff from like Duelo, Intocable, to you know Daddy Yankee, Wisin y Yandel, Zion and Lennox. These are just some of the artists that in the realm of Spanish music that I remember listening to and having the most memories of as a kid. And I feel like I didn't know it at the time, but these records would have an impact in me by making me fall in love with just music in general. So I would have to say Spanish music for sure. For sure would have the biggest impact in me just because of it just being the earliest memories that I have as a kid, being uh at family cookouts or parties and just listening to this music. It really holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah. That's so interesting to me. I would have never thought, as an EDM producer, as a DJ, that cumbias are like your biggest source of I would say like inspiration, I guess. But
Yeah.
that's really cool. Your uh, your sound definitely reflects a lot of different genres. So I'm excited to play this next one right here. This one is called "Get Loose." Do you want to give a little background about this song?
Yeah, for sure. This one I was just really inspired by the UK sound, the sound that's been popping like crazy lately. Just really deep low end, sine waves. Even there's a techno switch up in here, which was, by the way, was my first time diving into this genre. And yeah, I'll have like three different genres: house, techno, and then the final one being trap. And yeah, this was just kind of like a party record. I wanted to make something that would have the people moving, would have the people, wanting more, would having the people going crazy on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And essentially the lyrics, they say get loose, get low, which is something that I wanted to have the people remember whenever they hear this record. And hopefully whenever I play it live, they could say out these lyrics and just going crazy with the drops. It's essentially just a party record for sure. For sure.
All right, y'all heard it. So y'all get ready to party. Put your party hats on. Get you a big glass of water, and y'all enjoy this next track right here. Get loose by Noisy. course, y'all, just a friendly reminder, these are unreleased tracks that he is blessing the review room with tonight. So make sure y'all show some love to Noisy Boy. Say thank you, Noisy Boy, in the chat. Show some good energy, lightning bolts. Let me see what we got next in terms of another review, because I think we had a couple more. The next one of the night is going to be one by, and I'm so sorry, bro. Remind me, I don't want to say the name wrong.
That's Kisco, the homie Kisco. And then
Kisco.
I think he's actually in the chat, so much love to Kisco, bro. Much love to you, bro.
Much love to Kisco. So somebody you know, so we have to be extra hard on this review. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna show. Of course, we always show love. We keep it honest, positive, and constructive here in the review room, y'all. But with that being said, we're gonna play this song by Kisco. I might have listened to it earlier.
Wanna be gangster trying to play hard. Wanna be gangster trying to play hard.
You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word like You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like You know I don't play right.
Wanna be gangster trying to play hard. Wanna be gangster trying to play hard. Wanna be gangster trying to play hard.
I'll put up a good fight. You know I don't play right.
Wanna be gangster trying to play hard. Wanna be gangster trying to play hard. Wanna be gangster trying to play hard.
You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word right. You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. I'm gonna get back when I feel like You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight.
Haley Hunter said, "Can't stop dancing." Lillian said, "This song is fire." Man. Down to the last little sliding over the fret sound. Like I dig that track. That was dope. Kisco, thank you for submitting that track. I was in there. You know what I'm saying? That was like I don't. You know, I don't listen to a lot of EDM. I do listen to some, but that was dope. That was like I love that one. Yo, Noisy Boy, what do you have to say about it? Do you have any critiques or anything you'd like to give to that track?
Nah, I mean, honestly, Kisco is one of the most talented, producers that I know. A really good friend as well. It's been an honor to be able to share everything that we've gone through with somebody like him. So much love to Kisco. As far as the record, this dude always kills it. So, I'm not surprised his record sounds good. What I do enjoy about him as an artist and a producer is that you never know what's gonna hit next. So every song you hear something new, a different switch up, a different, just different elements, different sounds that catch you by surprise. And I feel like that's something that I want to strive for as well, and something that he inspires me to do in my production. So yeah, bro, just a lovely track, lovely record, talented producer, talented person, really good friend. Just much love to Kisco, bro.
Kisco, thank you so much for submitting that track. I don't have any critique for it. I love the track. I think it's something I could definitely see myself like working out to or something. It brings the energy. But yeah, thank you for submitting that track. I have a few more questions for you, Noisy Boy. We're gonna get real deep. I got a real deep question for you, all right? And listen, I have threatened to kick people out over this question, and I'm sorry. I know I said I wasn't gonna get controversial, but I have to know. Do you eat pineapple on pizza?
Honestly, honestly, uh, I don't. But I'm not saying that it doesn't go on pizza. I'm just saying that it's not something that I would go for. If I was at a party and the options were
Oh man.
pepperoni, cheese, sausage, and then I had pineapple. I would go to the other three first before I go to pineapple. But if it's the last one that's there, I'll go. I guess I'll go for it. So
Dang. You
you
know,
know,
I've yet to have a guest on here that actually likes pineapple on pizza. I'm a little disappointed, Noisy Boy, but you know what? It's cool. It's fine. It's fine. No, I'm just playing, bro. What's one piece of advice that you might have to give to a young aspiring producer, who might be seeking management or anything like that?
for sure. Uh, Honestly, the biggest piece of advice I could give to somebody, again, take it if you want to, don't take it if you don't want to. I'm still learning as I go, but I would honestly just say, just go for it, just do it.
Mm,
Uh, for me, it was always a dream to, one day be able to be on stage on the biggest stages of the world. Collaborating with some of the biggest people that have inspired me, and I just, I just went for it. I just started going, at it, since the age of 12. And I would honestly say just to go for it. Don't be afraid of failing. Failing is going to be part of the process. And
mm,
honestly, you should strive for failure because failure is what helps you develop into the person that you eventually are going to become. And within these failures, you're going to discover new ways to find solutions for those past failures, and that just further enhances and grows your arsenal of knowledge, which you can apply to your music production, your the way that you know drive yourself as a person, to the way that you perform, to the way that you promote your own music. Which, by the way, if you're a music producer or just an artist in general, uh, your promotion is as important, if not more important, than your music production, which I'm gonna dive into in a little bit.
mm.
Uh, but yeah, essentially just go for it. Don't be afraid to go after what you really want to, because the way I see it, I'm not sure if anybody's religious or how religious people are in the show, but I believe that God gifted us, each and every one of us, a certain talent that
Yeah.
in life it's our journey to find what this talent is, and once we find it, just to run with it, take advantage of it, and just use it to your fullest potential, and use it for the greater good. This could be music, art, or just art form in general. This could be you could be a teacher. That's probably what you are, an engineer, a doctor, just whatever it is. We all have a certain skill that I believe God gave us, and we just should, it's our goal in life to find it and find a way to use it for the greater good. And we all have one life, and we all have, which is just a huge blessing to have in general. And I
Yeah.
feel like we should just live to the fullest. And by that, just going after what you really want, whether it's music, a degree, or just anything other in general. I feel like you should just be able to do it. Because I would personally prefer to get old and go after what I really wanted and say, damn, I tried it, it didn't work out,
Yeah.
but at least I know that I tried it and I gave it my all,
Yeah.
instead of saying, damn, I'm 85 in a nursing home. What if I actually, went after my music career, and I could probably be sitting in a mansion right now, or my grandkids, would be set for life with, generational wealth, or,
Yeah.
I collab with the biggest artists that inspired me in the world. Uh, but I don't know if I would have achieved that because I didn't do it. So I honestly, and that's essentially what I live by, just going after it, risking it all. You're gonna have sacrifices in life that you're gonna have to make, but at the end of the day, if it's something that you really want to do, the sacrifices are all going to be worth it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you succeed, amazing, great for you. if you don't succeed, at least you know that you gave it your all, you gave it your best, and you weren't scared to try it without, failing or succeeding. So, yeah, honestly, the greatest piece of advice would be to just do it because you only have one life, and it would suck to go your whole life with that thought in the back of your head of what if I went for it? What if I succeeded? What if I would have made it? So just do it. Just do it. Go for it.
I have to agree 100%. Y'all don't live life with regrets. That's a really great piece of advice you said. You don't want to you don't get old and think what if, go
Yes.
after what you want. And I appreciate you for saying that, man. I think sometimes it's easy to get unmotivated when you're an artist. So, do you have any advice for any artists in here who are wearing multiple hats, like people who produce, engineer, artists, promote all that other stuff, like you're doing? For a long time you were doing for yourself, right? Do you have
Mhm.
any advice for any of the artists that are wearing multiple hats and doing those things?
Yes. It's going to be hard to balance everything at the same time, but at the same time, I feel like this is what makes you as an artist unique. Just having numerous amount of set of skills.
Yeah.
If you write your own records, if you record your own records, mix and master them. If you're a producer, if you do your own content, you promote your own content. I feel like it's these are really good sets of skills to have, just because you don't have to worry about paying other individuals to do it for you. So, as an upcoming artist, I know it's hard because, sometimes we work a 9 to 5, sometimes we go to
Hmm.
college, so we might not have all the resources that we need yet. But yeah, if you know how to do it all, just go for it. Don't be ashamed of, recording your own content, editing your own content.
Yeah.
It's something that you should be honored and grateful to know how to do, just because of you don't have to ask somebody 24/7 how to do it. Uh, and also, you never know what these other doors could open for. If if you're a rapper but you know how to mix and master really well, people can start reaching out to you about, yo, can you mix and master my vocals? And you can make a business out of that. Or if you shoot content really well and know how to edit and, capture really cool videos and, graphic design in a way, that could be another door that opens up for you. And if you're good at all of them, you just have a whole set of doors that are opening for you to which people can reach out to, and you'll get recognition for it, but at the same time you'll get multiple sources of income to further help develop your what you're really trying to go for, which might be rapping, your artist career, or your other fields that you're doing. So yeah, I would just say it can be hard to balance all of them, but I would suggest to try to get good at every single one of them, because you don't know what could come from having all these sets of skills.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really useful to have all these skills, y'all. It's good to be an artist and know how to do these things, like you said, so you don't have to rely on other people. So it does get kind of frustrating at times, but remember, y'all, there are tools out there to help you. You can always schedule content and things of that nature. So, but anyway, y'all, I wanted to ask you. You mentioned a little bit earlier about you want to be in a big arena, performing for a lot of people. What has been your most memorable performance and why?
This is actually a really good question, and I like this question because there's two, and these are the most recent ones.
Mm.
The first one being uh, Lights All Night 2020, would it be 23? Yeah, 2023. Uh, and this was my first time ever, just ever being at a festival, ever being at a concert in general, ever being at a rave. Uh, so I was already excited just from that alone, that I was finally going to be able to experience an event of the music that I make.
Mm.
And to top it off and to make the experience just a million times better, it was the first time seeing one of the individuals that inspired me to make music in general, this being Skrillex. It was my first time seeing Skrillex since I had wanted to see him at the age of 12.
Yeah.
Uh, I remember seeing his set on YouTube, his 2015 set in Ultra Miami, and just being like, "Yo, this is insane! Look at the lights, look at the
Yeah.
crowd, look at his performance." And this was I want to say watching his set, uh, this 2015 Miami set was the moment where I went, okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to be. This is who I want to be. I want to be like Skrillex. This is what I want to do. And I feel like that was the switch that made me finally, get into music. With that being said, I wasn't able to see him because until 2023 because I started listening to his music at the age of 12,
Yeah.
and to most raves you can't go to a rave or a
Yeah.
show until you're 18, which
Yeah. Yeah.
sucks. So yeah, so I had to wait all the way until I was 18, or actually I was what I think I was 19, 20 at the time, so I had to wait like a couple of years to see him. But yeah, just finally being able to see the person that inspired you to do something that impacted your life was truly, truly a blessing. It was an honor to see him live, and just I want to say that discovering his music is one thing, but being able to see him live and just be a few feet away from where I was standing at, I was like 2, 3 people behind the rail, so I was like right in front of the stage,
Yeah.
and just being able to witness him and his craft and his element, and just seeing him how he performs the music, how he plays his music, how he manages the crowd was truly truly something that impacted me at a whole different level. And this was before releasing Trying to Be with my friend Kisco. And I feel like this attending this festival and seeing him for the first time is what led to all of this that happened in 2024 until now to happen. And I say this because, for once, I seen him live, I seen him perform, and it made me want to go after my dream even more. But also the words that he said at the end of the festival or at the end of his set, like just it really changed my life and changed my perspective and how I view life. And I say this because it might sound corny to some, but I feel like he was speaking to me in a way whenever he said the words that he said at the end of his set, which was, let's get at it, let's support each other. The time is now. Don't live your life and not do that thing you want to do. Let's get it. And it was just something that like really resonated with me because it took me back to when I was 12. I felt like a 12-year-old just watching my idol, say these words. And once I heard those words, I was like, okay, you know what? I need to get my shit together. Next year is going to be a great year. And next year is going to be the year that people know of NoisyBoy. And during this time, which was in December, I was working with Kisco in for Trying to Be, and we worked on it all the way to January. I believe is when we finished the record, and we published it in February. And what happened, and I feel like it was all because of that moment. So uh, that that event, that festival, that Skrillex set was something that I feel like was responsible for the whole ripple effect that happened with the Noisy Boy project. So that was one of my favorite experiences and one of the experiences that or one of the concerts that really impacted me and holds a very special place in my heart. And the second one, it's a full circle moment, which is crazy. It was at the same festival, and it was Mary Droppin said, which is another dope music producer and DJ. She's killing it right now, and a really good friend as well. And the reason I say this is a full circle moment is also one of the concerts or festivals that holds a really special place in my heart because of the way it impacted me was because whenever we dropped Trying to Be, uh, I had already followed Mary Droppins on Instagram for a while. Like I was already a fan, but from all the traction the song was getting, I got a DM from her saying, "Yo, one of my friends put me onto your music and your profile, and I think it's really dope. I was wondering if you could send Trying to Be so I could start playing it out on my sets."
That's
So
dope.
for
That's
me, I
dope,
was
man.
I was geeked
I
out. I was
bet,
like,
bro. I
"Hell
would have been
yeah!"
too.
Like
That's sick.
yeah. So I was like, "I got you. I'll send you this song. I'll send you this other song. This and that. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah." So we stayed in touch from the moment she sent that text, and thanks to her, Trying to Be got played at basically all the U.S. each festival that she played at, she was playing Trying to Be,
Yeah.
and because of her, Trying to Be made it to EDC Las Vegas, and that was a huge milestone for both Kisco and I to reach, because it's been our dream for our music to be able to get played at these stages, EDC being one of the biggest stages in the EDM world. And, hearing our song be played at the main stage
Yeah.
with the big lights, the biggest stage where all the big producers go at, just being able to hear our music get played through those sound systems was truly a blessing, truly insane, and just further signified that we were on the right path and this is what we were meant to do.
Yeah.
And fast forward to December, where Lights on Night, you know, begins doing their show. Mary Droppins reaches out again. She's like, "Yo, I have a set in Lights on Night. Let me know if you're gonna be in Dallas
That's
because
dope.
I'd love to
Yeah.
have you out." And man, I called off work so fast. I was like, "I'm there. I got you. I got
Yeah.
you." And yeah, it was a full circle moment because last year, whenever or 2 years before that, whenever I seen Skrillex, I took a picture in front of the rails, and I posted it on Instagram, and on the caption, and I put, was a great experience, finally being able to see my favorite artist, something like that. And then I ended it. This time, I was, on the in the crowd.
In the audience, yeah.
Maybe next year I'll be on the other side of the rail, maybe even on stage.
Yeah.
And when she brought us over, we were backstage. We were on stage seeing her perform.
Yeah.
Just you took us to the RVs. We were in the artist lounge. It was just truly insane to see how everything runs.
Yeah.
In a festival, and it just made me go, "Yo, this might be me one day. I might
Yeah.
be in the RVs. I might be
Yeah.
in the artist lounge, this and that." And what made this experience so much better was the fact that she played two of my songs with the crowd just being packed. The whole stage was packed,
Yeah.
and she played one of my remixes, and she played my unreleased Demons, and just seeing the crowd go crazy to both of those records was truly an honor, truly insane, and it was just
Yeah.
yeah, it was insane. It was a really cool experience. So definitely for sure, both Lights All Night from 2023 and 2024, those were some of the ones that really, really impacted me and have left a mark in who I am. So
Well,
for
we
sure.
definitely we gotta play a couple of those tracks. I mean, I'm gonna play "Trying to Be." I think for the next one. This is one. Oh, this is one with Kisco. Okay.
Yeah, this is the one with Fisco, yeah.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, let's check this one out. This is the one that he said Mary Droppins reached out to him about because she was really feeling it. So let me know what y'all think about this track right here. This is NoisyBoy and Kisco with "Trying to Be." Features 24, so this is the song How I Found You Guys. Let's go. Let's show some love to NoisyBoy and Kisco. I love the art. Visual is dope. We got NoisyBoy. Nigga, she got show some love.
Tryna be, nigga, you tryna be tough, tryna be tough, tryna be tough, tryna be, nigga, you tryna be, tryna be, tryna be, tryna be, nigga, you tryna be tough, tryna be tough, tryna be tough, tryna be, nigga, you
Noisy, where the VIP at? We need to hear the VIP too.
I'm gonna say something after this, and I got you.
Yeah, they're calling your name, bro.
I got you. I got you.
Damn, trying to be NoisyBoy and Kisco. Make sure you guys tap in with NoisyBoy. Make sure y'all tap in with Kisco. That was an amazing track. I can see exactly why Mary Droppins reached out to you for that one. That one is dope as hell. I mean, what? So you kind of spoke about your creative process earlier, in the stream, but where do you get your samples from? Was it like your intention to come at it that way, like, or like what? Walk me through how you made that song right there.
Yeah, for sure. Before I answer your question, I'm sorry. I want to reply to the homie
Yes,
Joseph. Because
the
you was asking about
VIP.
the VIPs. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, we're actually working on three separate VIPs, the homie Kisco and I, which we're really excited for y'all to hear. But not only that, we're also working on an EP together. We figured out that people really enjoy when we collaborate together, and we have similar fan bases. So why not run it back and make it bigger? So next time y'all hear us, it'll be together, but it'll be a full-on project. So we're really excited for y'all to hear this project. It's coming out really, really good, and yeah, we just hope y'all mess with it. And we're really excited for y'all to hear it. Uh, but back to your question. Sorry.
No, you're
Uh,
good.
so for as far as samples and where I get them from, I use Splice, and Splice is essentially a platform where people upload vocals,
Mm-hmm.
drums, loops, basses, etc., etc. And producers go in here and they find a vocal that they like and they'll sample it into their track. This could be chopping it up or having it in the background. Drums as well. This is where I actually like getting my drums from. I'll get drum shots from here, kicks, hi hats, snares, percussion, vocals as well. But prior to this, I was using cymatics, and this
Mm-hmm.
was my first introduction to the world of music production and sample packs and whatnot. And I think I got Cymatic sample packs like around the time where I started making music in Ableton. So 2020-ish, and since we were balling on the budget, I was only getting their free sample packs. But
Yeah.
from those free sample packs, I legit made every single record that's up on SoundCloud, every single remix that's up on Remix, and trying to be came from these free sample packs.
Yeah.
As far as the vocal, I think I got it from this Space Laces record, who is another amazing music producer and DJ. But yeah, I sampled that vocal. I thought it was really dope, and threw it on the track, and the rest was history. And funny story about how trying to became the beat. Whenever I reached out to Kisco, Kisco was, he I think he had recently dropped his EP at the time, and that whole EP, it was, bass house trap. And when I sent it to him, I was like, "Yo, I have this idea. It's mostly on the UK sound of EDM.
Yeah.
I know that you have, more trap and bass, but I figured I'll send it to you to see if you mess with it. If you mess with it, cool. We'll finish the record if you're down and collab on it. If not, it's all good. I'll send you some other ones that I have." He listened to it. He was like, "Nah, bro, this is fire. I think this is the one. Let's do it." So yeah, it's crazy that this record came to be, even though I was hesitant to send it out because I didn't know if he was going to mess with it. Uh, but yeah, essentially, Splice and Cymatics is where I get most of my samples from, vocals, drum one shots. I get them from here. I rarely, or I don't really use loops. If I do use loops, it'll be like, like what do you call it, like a little percussion loop here and there, or like what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Like just mostly percussion elements. Everything else I like making it from scratch. So
Yeah.
but yeah, essentially Splice and Cymatic samples is where I get most of my samples from.
So, you already mentioned a few releases that you're gonna come up with. I mean, we're listening to some unreleased stuff of yours right now. Before I play the next track, I wanted to know if you could collaborate with any artist outside of your usual genre. Who would it
Mm.
be?
Could it be dead or alive?
It could be dead or alive, but let's do one dead, one alive. Make it
One dead and one
challenging.
alive.
Yeah.
Okay, so any artist, or let's start with the dead artist.
Okay.
I would love, 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 love to collaborate with Michael Jackson.
Of course. Yeah.
Michael Jackson, and I say this because he was the very first artist that I remember being a fan of.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I would watch his music videos, the Thriller music video, Billie Jean music video, Smooth Criminal,
Yeah.
Beat It, Bad. I could, Danny. I'm one of the biggest Michael Jackson fans, and just seeing the aura he had, as a kid was just mesmerizing, and
Yeah.
yeah, I still am a big fan of him, and now that I make music and somewhat understand the production and how music comes to be, and all the work that goes into making a record.
Yeah.
Now that I go back and listen to his tracks, I hear the work that was put in on the vocals, how he stacked all of his vocals, all the layers that he had, even down to the production. He had a really good ear for production, and he really knew how to select his instrumentals. And it makes me appreciate him as an artist and his work just even more.
Yeah.
And as far as the alive artists, I'd love to collaborate with Daddy Yankee, another of my favorite
Influences.
artists.
That's awesome,
Yeah,
man. I think
yeah,
those are.
he was the first CD I ever got was from Daddy Yankee, and to this day I'm a huge fan of him and his work, and I'd love to work with him one day if possible.
I think those are really two super solid artists to work with outside of your genre. I could only imagine what a Daddy Yankee Noisy Boy track would sound like. That would sound dope, man. And I think it's very possible in the future. And it's been cool to see all the things you're doing, all the things you've accomplished, even in the last year. And I'm happy to have you here in the review room because I feel like you're only going up from here, and there's only going to be so many more amazing things that you accomplish. So I just wanted to thank you again, bro, for coming in here. It says we have 92 viewers total on YouTube, Twitch, and X. So I appreciate everybody in here who has been engaged and asking questions and talking in the chat here. Futures 24, Frank Cross, Kisco, Joseph S, Million. We got Akil Ali. We got Sam Kim. Thank you, of course, for coming. Haley Hunter, BR Mixes, Lord Slums, and a few other people that it's not letting me scroll up to see here on Streamlabs. But thank you guys for coming through. Listen, we're not done yet. Y'all don't go anywhere. I just wanted to thank everybody for being amazing artists. Let's show some more love to Noisy Boy in the chat, y'all. Let's get some lightning bolts, some fire emojis. I really need to get a soundboard so I can get some claps going for you. As a matter of fact, hold on, let me see. I think we could work with something here. Oh, Oh,
Thank
let's
you. I appreciate
go.
that. Thank you. Thank you.
I feel like I need like bigger claps. I just need like a whole like audience. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, much love, you guys. We got a few more tracks to review, but I wanted to play this song. It's been playing in the background, and someone saw a preview of it and was like, a collaboration with Odd Kid Out, like, yo, you know what I mean? Do you want to talk a little bit about this song? How did this collaboration come to be? Did he approach you? Did you approach him? Was it an idea? Tell me all about it.
Yeah, of course. So this track I actually made like I want to say my freshman year of college, which was 2022-ish, 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had it just loaded in the chamber, you know. I had this track just sitting out for a while. And you know, the stuff with trying to be happened, and you know, I was just promoting trying to be like crazy. And after I got, I don't want to say tired of it, but once I started seeing like, okay, people want to see something new besides trying to be, I started you know, doing remixes every single day for like 2 months straight, while also every now and then promoting unreleased records. And you know, people were messing with those with that type of content too. You know, I would remix famous songs like T Pain, "You and That," which by the way was such a crazy experience because when I dropped that video of the T Pain remix, it got to him, and not only
Yeah,
did he like it, he commented and he followed. It was just it
dude,
was insane. It
that
was insane.
T Pain is like my top three, so that is
Oh,
that's really cool, man. That's like
ah, bro. Yeah,
that is badass.
it was insane because I grew up listening to T Pain too and all of his records, and to see somebody that I grew up listening to notice me and know who I am and follow me was insane. I'm still processing it. But yeah, from through this content that I was posting, I can't remember the exact one that Odd Kid Out, you know, got in contact with me, but it was through the flips and the remixes and the, you know, posting the original songs here and there that Odd Kid Out, you know, reached out, which was also insane because I was a fan of Arcade Out since I was a kid as well, since like my middle school days.
Yeah,
And you know, and it was dope seeing him and being a fan of him because I could relate to him in the way that, you know, he was an upcoming artist. You know, he was doing his own thing, he's still doing his own thing. But what really resonated with me was that he was a Skrillex fan, and Skrillex was able to get in touch with him, fly him out to LA. They were able to collab on some records, and they just became partners. And as a kid, seeing him go through that was just kind of just like, yo, that's insane. If he can do it, then I want to do that too, and I hope I can do that one day. And you know, it was through those Instagram reels that I was doing. He found one of them, liked it, and he reached out. He was like, "Yo, I mess with your stuff, your sound. It's really dope. You know, I'd love to collaborate with you. Let's make something happen." And at this time, I think I was already with Prodigy, or this was like a little bit before signing with Prodigy. But I just had just a folder of just unreleased records, and I was like, "Yo, it's an honor for sure. Let's do it." I actually have a folder of unreleased records. Uh, I'll send it to you, whichever one you like. Feel free to hop on it. And he listened to through all of them, and he was like, "Yo, point blank, I really like that one. Send that one over. I wanna collaborate on this one." And you know, it's still work in progress, but yeah, I mean, the rest was history after that. We're still working on it. You know, it was such an honor to be able to collaborate with somebody I look up to and somebody well known in the EDM scene. And, you know, yeah,
yeah.
it's insane. It's just truly an honor. This one is truly an honor and a blessing of a record to have with somebody like him.
Well, y'all, we're hearing it here first in the review room, right?
Yeah, yeah, first
We're
time,
hearing
yeah.
it here first in the review room. This is Point Blank, Noisy Boy, Odd Kid Out. Make sure y'all show some love to Noisy Boy and Odd Kid Out. Oh. Try that again here. There we go.
You are watching a master at work.
Say we not from the rope and you again we enter. Cause some the place people like the toss and the cars. They tell you do again like you out of the fire. Can't take on the Christy energy and the forward. Say we are when they must take it, say we are slow. Look at me face, so get ready to get far. Deep on your punk and them acting bazaar. What like all we are now watching it be real far.
Killer, I mean with a killer,
Point blank killer, I mean with the bass. Say we not from the rope and you again we enter. Cause up the place people like let off of the cars. They tell you do again like you out of the fire. Can't take on the Christy energy and the
point blank killer, I mean with the baseline. Off the crowd like.
NoisyBoy. Odd kid out. Point blank. Man, I can't imagine what an incredible feeling that was to collaborate with somebody that you've been listening to since middle school, man. That is a really cool story, bro. I love to see this kind of stuff happen, you know what I'm saying? Especially for artists. You obviously work very hard and you're very passionate about what you do. I can tell just by how you speak about it. So it's I love this, man. I love everything that I've heard tonight. I'm really honored to hear these unreleased tracks and yeah, I mean, I'm blown away, man. You're incredibly talented, and I'm happy to have you here in the review room tonight. We got a couple people.
Yeah, of course, bro. The honor is mine, bro. Thank you so much for giving both my music and myself a chance. Thank you for sharing your platform to be able to spread the word about my music with, some of my homies. It's just, truly an honor. Truly appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
You
Thank
can't be honored to be on my show when I'm honored to have you. We can't both be honored, bro. It's one or the other, all right? No, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. No, yeah, much love for you to even take the time to do this tonight. I know we got a couple more songs, I think. Let me just double check that I'm not lying to y'all real quick. Yeah, we just got a couple more songs here that we're gonna play for the night, and I think we got a couple more we want to play from NoisyBoy before we close it out. If anyone has any questions, y'all, it took me 6 months to get this man on the show. I know y'all have some questions. No, really, guys, his time is super valuable. So if you have anything you want to ask him right now. Because I got one question before we go on to the next song. So, do you actually, if you could design your own festival lineup, all right, and you were the headliner, who would be your opener?
Ah, damn, that's tough.
I'm sorry, I said we wouldn't get controversial.
I mean, it's tough because, like, I mean, I see myself being an opener for the people that I'm thinking about, but, ah, damn, I mean, I don't know, because I don't want to put him as an opener. I feel like he's too, like, high as an opener, but I would love to do it back to back with some of these artists. Uh, Skrillex, ISO, Peekaboo, Hamdi, uh, Joyride, I'm trying to think of who else. You put me on the spot. Uh,
Yes.
oh, somebody from the UK, Sesko. I'd love to do a back to back with them. Fred again as well. Just Nightmare. You know, I'm trying to think of who else. Who else? Who else? Zomboy. I'd love to do a back to back with them. Excision. Just I have a whole list, but you put me on the spot, so I can't think of them right now.
No, you
But
know that's a good list right there, man. I think you would have a whole festival, like that'd be maybe a 2 day festival. You know what I'm saying? That'd be that's incredible lineup. We got a question in the chat. Diamond's not real says, do you have any advice on how to ask bigger producers for collabs?
ooh, okay. Um, I would honestly say it sucks, because we live in a world where social media is essentially what we rely on. And I feel like most artists, sadly, especially on a bigger caliber, they look for artists with a bigger following. And it sucks because we have so many underground producers and, kids who are making high-end production, high-end records who could probably outdo some of those people on those high caliber, but they're outshined because they have a small following. They'll have 256 followers or 300 followers, 500 followers, but their
Yeah.
talent will be of a person who should have 500K followers.
Yeah.
And it sucks because, you know, people rely on numbers. Even if you look at venue owners, they won't want to get you unless you have a big following because obviously that's going to bring more
Yeah, more
customers to
people.
them and
Yeah.
ticket sales and whatnot. But that doesn't mean uh it's not possible because you know at the end of the day, we all have to start somewhere. We 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 don't wake up with just 10K followers, 20K followers on our
Yeah.
social media one day. It's a whole part of the process to be able to collaborate with somebody of such high caliber. Uh, and I would just say, just start, making music, start doing content on Instagram, and don't try to copy anybody else. Well, I wouldn't say don't try to copy because it's hard. Everybody's is damn near done everything now. Uh, but I would say when creating content, it's not about acting or being authentic. It's about just navigating unfamiliar territory,
Hmm.
and just embrace your journey and view it as an opportunity to uh, evolve and just better make a version of yourself. And I say this because when I started making content, I was sitting at like 900 followers, and it sucked because you know I was excited to share my music, but I didn't have the right audience yet. I hadn't found my audience, but I was just being consistent, which is another advice I'll give you is stay consistent on posting as much as you do with your music because your content and your promotion you're promoting on your content is equally as important, if not more important than your music because there's no point in you having such an amazing record, just such a 10 out of 10 record if you don't know how to distribute it to people, if you don't know how to, you know, reach it to the right ears. So yeah, just start posting content, use hashtags, go on TikTok, Instagram Reels, be a student of the game essentially.
Yeah.
See what others are doing, see what's working for them, see what's working for the other person. Try to take those techniques and apply it to your own content, but make a little twist to it, add your own twist to it, your own sauce to it and as an upcoming artist, the advantage that you have as an upcoming artist is that since people don't know you, you can try out everything. You could try out different ideas, different techniques, different ways of filming videos, different ways of doing content, and use this to your advantage because this is the point where you can throw ideas at the wall, see what lands and see what falls, and what lands just run with it, stick with it, and use it to your full advantage. And I feel like if you do this enough times, people will start to notice, people will start to catch on, and people will start to want to follow you, be a part of your project, be a part of your growth, a part of your journey. And before you know it, 5 years from now, you went from 500 followers to 30K followers. And because of this, you're now reaching out, getting reached out from people around your genre or, I'm not sure which genre of music this person makes, but for example, EDM, you're getting EDM artists that are finally reaching out saying, "Yo, your stuff is dope.
Yeah.
I want to collaborate with you." And these collabs are slowly going to become bigger and bigger collabs from people just in the EDM community to people in the rap community, and now you have rap artists trying to collaborate with you, and then eventually you might lead to pop artists now wanting to collaborate with you. Um, but but yeah, this would be my advice to you. Uh, Start focusing on content as much as you focus on your music
Yeah.
to be able to slowly build up your project, build up your fan base, and slowly start working up to those collabs from bigger artists. I wish we would be able to just straight up just hit up somebody like Daddy Yankee, Drake, Kendrick, Skrillex, and be like, "Yo, I got this record. I want to collaborate with you." It would be dope, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's not always how it goes down. But don't get me wrong, there are artists that work are willing to work with people who aren't known at all, and make a dope record out of with you. For example, the reason I like Skrillex so much is because he's one of those people that is just constantly scouting and on Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, just finding new songs, new talent to essentially either work with or play in their sets. And a good example of this is on his Don't Get Too Close album. I think it was 3 a.m. It's a song that he made with a a little kid on Instagram. Freddy was just scrolling on Instagram. He stumbled upon one of his reels of the kid singing, and he reached out to him. He was like, "Yo, I like your vocals. I want to add you to my album."
That's
So
cool.
I'm not. Yeah, it's dope. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that
I
it's
didn't
not
know that.
possible. Yeah, it's possible, but essentially, most people do rely on numbers nowadays. Like I said, which sucks because
Yeah.
you know you could be talented as hell, but you're not getting views because of your following, or you're not getting taken serious because of your following. So I would suggest, to start focusing on your content, building up your account, your following, and then everything will come to you. Another great advice that I heard was from Skrillex, which he said success is not something that you chase, it's something that you attract. So,
Yeah.
just put your head down, start working, and everything will come to you. Spread positive energy. What you put out is going to come back to you times tenfold. So, yeah, just, content, consistency, and passion is what's going to get you those collabs with those people and those bigger calibers of artists.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. I mean, I think when people see that you're working and when people see that you're consistent, it's easier to want to work with you, right? Because they see you're willing to put in the work. So, yeah, I think that's really great advice, Noisy Boy, and I just want to appreciate you for all the. I want to say that I appreciate you for all the gems that you brought into the review room tonight. We got, I think, a couple more songs that I want to play. I don't want to take too much more of your time. Um, but guys, thank y'all for joining us tonight. We're gonna listen to one more track of Noisy Boys, and then we got two more for the review. If that's cool with Noisy Boy, if he's willing to sit with us for two more songs
Oh,
after
of
this.
course,
All
I'm
right,
down. Of
all right,
course,
man. Just wanna you can say no. You can say no.
bro. I'm down, bro.
All
I'm
right.
down for sure.
Well, thank you, sir. We're gonna play Southside. Do you want to give us a little bit of insight on what this song's about?
Yeah. So for those of y'all that don't know, I'm born and raised in Texas, and uh, a big part of my childhood and my upbringing was, you know, Texas music. This being rap. You have your tejanas, your cumbias, tejanas, norteñas,
Yeah.
and obviously your country. So yeah, I just wanted to be able to connect with my roots as the Mexican American, and just being born and raised in Texas. I wanted to essentially just bring everything together and make something for people that who live in Texas to be able to connect to and get a hype to, because Texas is not doesn't have as much of a big EDM scene as states from like California, or
Yeah.
in Colorado as well. Uh, it's slowly growing, which is awesome to see. Texas finally start getting into the EDM scene,
Yeah.
and I know there's a lot of people in Texas who enjoy EDM music and who were born and raised in Texas and who were, who grew up listening to artists like Paul Wall, uh, Lil Flip,
Yeah.
you know, uh, all these Zero, all these other dope Houston artists, and I just wanted to incorporate that feeling and merge it into the EDM world and give the people of Texas something to say. That's me. That's me. I grew up with this. This is me. This represents me, and this is who I am.
All right, y'all heard that? Y'all check this one out. This is Southside. Y'all show some love to Noisy Boy. Man, we got 5 songs, y'all. I can't believe we managed to get 5 unreleased songs from Noisy Boy. Honestly, I feel like, wow, those beautiful, beautiful, incredible song. Like dude, I love it. I feel that I have a newfound love for discovering EDM artists because like you really putting me on to some different kind of sounds right now, and I dig this because I recognize some of the samples that you use, being here in Texas. So much love to anybody in here who's in Texas. I think somebody asked earlier if you'd ever be willing to collaborate with a Nigerian artist.
Bro, I'd love to. I mean, I'm always open to just collaborating with producers, artists, vocalists, writers, just anything in general. I'm always open to it. If you're a vocalist and you're watching this, feel free to reach out. I'm always open to collabs. I'm always open to new ideas. Same if you're a producer, feel free to reach out. It's all about growing and as producers and people. And I feel like, if you're just constantly stuck just in your own bubble and you're not getting ideas from different inputs and from different sources, you're not really an artist and you're not really growing. So, this is why I believe collabs are some of the best things that we could do as artists and as producers. So yeah, feel free to reach out. I don't care where you're from. I don't care what language you speak of. We can make something cool happen and we can give it out to the people so they can resonate with it. Let's do it. I'm down.
All right, y'all heard him. Reach out to Noisy Boy if y'all want to make some beautiful music. All right, make sure y'all reach out to him. If you're on YouTube, you can get all of his links in the description. If you're on Twitch, you can find him under every platform as Noisy Boy Duh. I believe he's in the process. He said of maybe changing that sometime soon. Is that right?
Yeah,
You know, we never
yeah,
talked about how you got your name either. I meant to
yeah,
ask you that way
yeah.
earlier.
So for sure. So yeah, I'm in the process of changing all of my platforms to Noisy Boy. I'm gonna explain why Noisy Boy Dub came to be and just why Noisy Boy came in general. So Noisy Boy came from me as a kid making music in my parents' room. This is where I had my studio at.
Hmm.
I had my monitors on this little, I don't know how to say it in English, but it's a mueble, a cajon.
Yeah.
I had my monitors there, and at the time, I was making music on my iPhone, still on GarageBand Mobile, and then eventually on Ableton on my laptop. But the way my name came to be was from me blasting my music so loud to the point where my parents would come in, would barge in the room, and they'd be like, "May, bájale ese ruidazo, I'm trying to watch TV or I'm talking to your tia on the phone." And, I'll be like, "Yeah, I'll turn it down." And, I'll let them leave and I'll still be blasting my music. And from all the times that they would come in saying, "Hey, bájale ese ruidazo," or in English, "Hey, turn that noise down,"
Hmm.
uh, I was like, you know what? I mean, I'm in the middle of coming up with my name. you know, People who don't listen to EDM, they might think of it as just straight up noise, just straight up grasso. So I was like, you know what? My music can be referred to as noisy, and then well, I mean, I'm a boy, so noisy boy, boom, that's my name right there, and I
Yeah.
just stuck with it through all of middle school until now,
Yeah.
and the way Noisy Boy Doug came to be was from the fact that a lot of people already had Noisy Boy as their account name. So I
Mm.
was like, damn, like, why does everybody have to have my name? Like, I don't know why nobody's original nowadays. But I was like, well, screw it, what if I just add duh at the end? And the way I did that, and this is just, just on socials, my actual artist name is Noisy Boy.
Mm.
But on my socials, the way I chose duh was because I was thinking about it as like somebody listening to my song and then asking, yo, whose song is that? And the person would be like, oh, Noisy Boy, duh. So I was like, Noisy Boy, and then duh. And surprisingly, nobody had Noisy Boy, duh taken. So I just ran with it and put it up on all my socials. So that's where Noisy Boy came to be. And then that's where Noisy Boy, duh came to be. So yeah.
Man, I meant to ask you that way earlier, but I think that's so funny. You said, your parents came in to turn down that noise, and it ended up being something that, has presented many opportunities for you, the noise, right?
For sure.
So
Yeah.
yeah, dude, that's a really dope story. Thank you for sharing that with us. We got just a
Cool.
couple more songs. Like I said, I don't want to take too much more of your time, but we got
Oh,
another
yeah. Yeah.
joint by Javi here tonight. This one's called Never Tell. Make sure y'all show Javi some love right here. I want to sing this song right now.
Got a secret, I'm gonna keep it. Lock it in a box, deep underground. Twist my arm, scream and shout. Words won't come out of my mouth. Demand all you want, it's good to want things. Say what you will, yours belly sting. I won't break, I won't give. This secret is mine as long as I live. Blood rushes to my face. Oh no, am I too late? A fate I can't escape. A truth I can't erase. I'll never tell into privacy. Why are you ganging up on me? My secrets are stashed, so please do not ask. Please understand it's out of my hands. Maybe I should just comply. Maybe I should tell you why. How could I wait to shine? I'll keep this secret to the day I die. Blood rushes to my face. Oh no, am I too late? A fate I can't escape.
For sure.
The truth I can't erase. I'll never tell the secrets I held by my tongue. I'd rather choke on the blood. Truth is that truth is that I'll never tell, I'll never tell, I'll never tell you. I'll never tell, Truth is that I've tried thousands of times to tell you the details behind. But I always fall short, for I am too unsure. Wish I could explain to you why. Truth is that I've tried way too hard to hide the comfort my secrets provide. I'd rather bite off my tongue or choke on the blood and see my secrets come undone.
Javi, man, you always hit us with some really like that one was like very spacious. I feel like that song,
Mhm.
like it had a lot of. It was just I felt like I was in like a really big room. You had a lot of layered vocals on that one. You were hitting some pretty impressive highs.
I should just comply. Maybe I should tell you why.
Yeah, I mean, I like this track. It's
Tells me but I always fall short, for I am too.
I wish like there was maybe a main vocal that I could hear a little more than the rest of them, just so I could kind of understand the lyrics a little better, so they were a little more clear. But NoisyBoy, what do you think?
Yeah, that's actually really interesting that you say that now because I was trying to pinpoint what exactly I was trying to get at, and yeah, I feel like having a main vocal uh, throughout the whole track and having those layers just kind of maybe pan left and right
Mm-hmm.
could make the lyrics and just the cadence and the overall delivery stand out a little bit more.
Yeah,
Uh, but yeah, I mean it's a really spacious track. I feel like this is what Hobby's sound is, just really like indie,
yeah,
spacious, floaty vibes on the vocals. Which I think on this track, I think what I like about it too is that I could see it getting played in the scene in a in a scene on a Netflix show or on a movie. That I could see this being something in the background, which is really cool because you can earn earnings from this. So if this is something that you're trying to go for as well, this is another door that can open to you as an artist. There's a specific word that I forgot what it's called whenever companies or movies reach out to have your
sync
songs in
sync
their
licensing.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, licensing
mm.
and there's another word. I think it starts with the
Placement,
B. Placement.
placements.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Placements. Yeah, you can get placements with this, which it's just another source of income. So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, if that's not something that you were thinking about before, it could be another
man,
idea,
I've t-
that
I've
could
t-
help you out in the future.
Javi, I'm telling you, bro. Go. I tell him all the time. It could be. I could hear his music in movies, and like, there's a
Yeah,
lot of cinematic value to his
yeah,
tracks. I feel
exactly.
like. Yeah.
Especially on this one, I can see like an actor just like driving in the rain after breaking
Yeah.
up with his girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
It's something that could push a scene for sure.
Apparently, the
And then
song was about having a crush, and the family was trying to figure out who. It's an interesting.
eh, exactly, you can make a movie out of the song as a whole.
Yeah, for real. You could make it just shoot a music video for that, bro, and then you could just make a whole movie
Yeah,
about it. You can see
for
like
sure,
give yourself a taste of what's to come, you know.
for sure.
But
And to answer Kisco's question, no, I'm not a music producer. I don't know who I am, bro. I'm sorry.
how do I get my music heard? That's kind of that's a very open ended question. I mean, NoisyBoy, take it away, man.
For sure. To I would again suggest that in order to get your music heard, you have to put it out there. The music itself, yes, music can be good, but there's no point in having good music if you're not going to allow the music to be heard. So again, going back to consistently posting on Instagram Reels, TikTok, a lot of artists have came from TikTok. Really good artists too. You now have YouTube Shorts, which is
Yeah.
in my opinion another great way to reach out uh, audiences. And I say this because this has also helped me with some of my own records. Just if you want your music to be heard, you have to put it out there. Nobody else is going to put it out there for you. Nobody else is going to share your music for you. And it sucks because we wish people would do it for us, but
Yeah.
in reality, nobody's going to do it for you if you don't do it. So
Yeah.
if you want the music out there, you have to put in the work to get it out there. And eventually, people will see that you're putting in work, and they'll get to the right audiences. And before you know it, you have a small fan base. And once you have that small fan base, focus on pleasing that small fan base, and they will start doing the work for you. And by this, I mean you start putting out, records. They're all good. People mess with them. They'll start telling their friends, "Yo, check out this artist that I'm listening to right now." They'll mess with it. Some will not mess with it, and that's okay. But
Yeah.
if you have four more new listeners, that's all you need. Those four more listeners are going to become loyal, and then they're going to spread the word. And those four listeners are going to turn into eight.
Yeah.
Eight listeners are going to turn into 35, 50, 100, and before you know it, you have your fan base. Your music has been heard.
Yeah. Nah, that's that really. I could definitely like backpack off of that because one time I had a college professor tell me like if you have a concert and three people come like you better play the hell out of that concert for those three
Yeah,
people. And
exactly.
I think you're absolutely right. It's all about building it up, being consistent. But
Eh,
yeah, man. With that being said, we got one last track of the night that I wanted to show you, get your opinion on, and then after this, Noisy Boy. I don't. I mean, unless we got two more submissions. If you want to hang out, you're more than welcome. But you certainly
Well,
don't
for
have.
sure. Yeah. Yeah. I'd love to check him out. And I would also personally love to show out one more record if it's okay with you and if
Yeah,
it's okay.
man. What? Which
So,
one?
I actually have the link for it.
All
Let
right.
me let me send it to you.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm gonna send it to you on Discord. And this is with the homie Kisco, and this is from our upcoming EP. So if it's not too much to ask for, and we can play it out,
Not
to
at
get
all,
a,
bro.
a snippet going, I really appreciate that as well.
Yeah, let me play this one right here, y'all. This is another one we got with Kisco. I gotta tap in with Kisco, man. Kisco, what
Oh,
platforms are you on? I'm gonna follow
he's
you.
on every he's
He's on
on
it.
everything.
All
Instagram,
right,
Spotify. Yeah, he's a really dope artist.
all right.
Y'all need to check him out. Don't sleep on Kisco. Don't sleep on Kisco.
Y'all heard it here first. Don't sleep on Kisco. This is Heat Seeker, official mix master. Kisco, Noisy Boy. Make sure y'all show him some love real quick. Do some lightning bolts in the chat.
Pure heat seeker. Kill him through the speaker. Pure heat seeker. Mercy on my soul, I'ma kill him through the speaker. Kill him.
Boy, wanna call these brothers my guys. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die.
Mercy on my soul, I'ma kill him, kill him, kill him.
Killed it.
Kill up the bass. Cold, these brothers my guys. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. CJ Ack, never got to roll with ice. Generations caught up. Look how things will switch. People there quick. Now they wanna move on the bits. Boy wanna kill up the bass. Bass. Kill up the bass. Boy wanna troll, these brothers my guys. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. Kill 'em. Kill 'em. Kill 'em. Mercy on my soul, I'ma kill 'em, kill 'em, kill 'em. Kill up the bass. Bass. Boy wanna troll, these brothers my guys. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die.
Noisy Boy, Kisco, Heat Seeker. That's the official mix and master, y'all. How many unreleased tracks have we gotten the exclusive to tonight, Noisy Boy?
Probably like five, six.
Dang, y'all, dang, we got a whole EP worth of sneak peeks, y'all. So make sure y'all check out Noisy Boy. He's Noisy Boy Duh on Instagram. I believe he said earlier he's Noisy Boy on all of his other platforms. Is that right?
Yeah.
All
In the
right.
process of changing everything to NoisyBoy. Yeah.
All right, great. Well, one last question I have for you. Before we play the few more songs we have. Actually, I got two more questions, but the last question I have for the next song is gonna be about if you weren't making music, what do you think you'd be doing?
This is a great question too. Uh, I think I would still be in college. Uh, you know, before trying to be, I was still attending college at SFA for interior design, and I was still I think this was my second year in college when we were all trying to be. And I didn't expect anything of it. I knew the song was good, and I knew that it would grow, but I expected it to grow over time, like in a couple of months. But it grew so fast that it all happened so fast, and it was all all blessing. Nothing but good things came from that. And uh, one of the things that came from that was Prodigy reaching out and saying, "Yo, your stuff is dope. We would like to manage you," and they said the same thing for Kisco. And it was such a big opportunity that I just couldn't skip on.
Yeah.
And it was hard because I told them, I was like, "This is great. I'm honored to be a part of your team, and I want to be a part of your team, but I'm still in college. Uh, I'm not sure if y'all were willing to find a way for me to balance everything out." But I knew it was going to be hard because of how demanding, the just the as being an artist is, because you're constantly making music, you constantly have to put out content, you constantly have to reach out to people to play your music, you constantly have to do shows, this and that and the other. And I knew it was going to be hard to balance that with all my finals, all my projects, all just all my homework.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where I was legit thinking about, yo, I think I might have to take a small break from school. And uh, it's funny because when I was in high school, I would tell my mom, "Hey, if one day my music blows up and takes off, I'm dropping out and I'm gonna focus on it and just go for 100% on it."
Yeah.
And she would tell me, "No, you're not doing that. Like, I support you on your music, and thankfully I have the blessing of having both of my parents support my music, which not many are fortunate to have. So I'm truly blessed that they, support my music and my career." But yeah, she essentially wanted me to have a backup plan, which again, it's smart, it's understandable, and I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah.
But once she saw everything start happening and everything start unfolding right in front of our eyes, I didn't tell her, "Hey, I want to drop out." I thought about it, but I didn't tell her. She was the one that came up to me and was like, "Hey, I see what's going on. I see how much it means to you. Uh, I'll give you 3 years to make something happen. I'll give you I'll let you not do school for a couple, for a while,
Yeah.
for you to focus on your music, and you need if you need to essentially lock in and make it happen
Yeah.
because I know how much, especially the Hispanic parents, a degree means to them, especially from their child.
Yeah.
So when I got the blessing from my mom, which caught me by surprise because she's always been school, 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 degree, graduate,
Yeah.
make it out.
Yeah.
It caught me by surprise, and once I got her blessing, I was like, I didn't expect for you to say this, uh, but thank you for this blessing, and I won't let you down, and I'm gonna run with it. So, once I remember this was at the time where I was making content every day, so I wasn't even doing my homework anyways. I wasn't doing my homework anyways, especially when I got that T Pain follow up. I was like, I don't need this no more. I'm just focusing on
uh,
but yeah, I mean, it got to the point where I was focusing 100% on my music,
yeah.
and I was making content every day and making a song every day, and like I like legit making a song from start to finish every day. Recording the content that same day, editing the content that same day, posting it that same day, and then after posting it, work on the next song for the next day for like 2 months straight. So yeah, I wasn't even focus on my homework. I think I didn't even turn in some of my finals, which is kind of bad. But uh, yeah, essentially, once she gave me the blessing, I started, doing 100% of my music and still have to this day. But with that being said, if I wasn't doing music, I feel like I would still be in college, going after my degree in interior design. So yeah, if I wasn't here, I'd be designing homes.
Designing homes, man. I bet that'd be a hell of a house. It'd have like a stage, it'd have like a DJ, a
Yeah.
table, it'd have like lights.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's really cool, man. I think that's it's always interesting to see what artists would do if they weren't doing music. It kind of I don't know. It kind of gives me an idea of like what your other interests are outside of art. So before I ask you the last question of the night, I wanted to play one more song to get your opinion on. This is actually
Sure.
something that was produced by Wizard Gunlock, written by Classic and myself, and
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah, something that dropped on Sunday. So let me know what you guys think about this. I got the lyrics, and yeah, let me know what y'all think.
They're gonna always try to stop us. But they can never stop us.
You can dim my shine.
Straight like that.
Embrace the beauty with the pain is life. But I keep getting better every time now. Whenever you find out that I carry a light,
What we tell them.
This you right
don't
here.
you fucking try to dim my shine.
Stop playing with us.
Don't you
Oh, yeah.
fucking try to dim my shine. Don't you fucking try to dim my.
Ready and late when I shine, I ain't never paid mine to who ain't made mine. Yeah. Erasing the plate, I paint divine strokes, now my stain fake rhymes in shrine. Yeah. I revel in flake, yeah. No, they peddling spite. Yeah. So I innovate heights, a sacred grapevine that shapes all space and time. Yeah. They lying for awards, I'm a lion at my core, no denying I'm the roar that they silently adore. I see them taking shots, I just hope they keep it score. Every time they close me out, I just build another door. I'm a force, the nature, you can't make that like decay. Pressure made of diamonds, now I shimmering through the pain. Unstoppable, unbreakable, the fire in my veins, cause the sun don't flinch when the clouds get in the way.
Dim my shine. Embrace the beauty with the pain is life. But I keep getting better every time now. Whenever you find out that I carry a light, don't you fucking try to dim my shine. I know you think it's arrogant, but why? You never saw me on the other side. So whenever you find love, you can tell the right one. Don't you fucking try to dim my
Seeking for
shine.
the glory, I'm just weaving through the maze. Fleeing from the worry while they pleading for the praise. Every sequence that I lay is a feature of my grace. They don't really wanna be when I'm raising on the stage. They mimic every move, but can never play the part. Force my vision in the dark, cannot imitate my heart. Give me credit where it's due, I overcame my villain arc. They ain't let us in the gate, now they watch the plane apart. You adding fuel to my fire, I just mix it with the sauce. Don't ever think you chosen, cause your chain came with a cross. I sacrifice for truth, don't feel ashamed, rich and flaws. They try to keep us down, they know we made to be in boss. Blood, sweat, and tears, risk it all despite the cost. Learn the lesson, not a loss. Sometimes you break a ball, but the filaments involved is what really causes spark. So even if I fall apart,
You can dim my shine. Embrace the beauty with the pain is life. But I keep getting better every time now. Whenever you find out that I carry a light, don't you fucking try to dim my shine. I know you think it's arrogant, but why? You never saw me on the other side, so whenever you find love, you can tell the right one. Don't you fucking try to dim my shine.
Devil was here, but the metal line with reflect obsidian spears. My name will bring cheers, keep all that over there. We've been betrayed, disrespected for years. Now my light shine, just offending my peers. Your number one spot has been commandeered. These has-beens is weird. Still claim the crown, but they reign a souvenir. What's a ceiling fan to a chandelier? And if we not fam, don't call me one friend. Find the beauty in the struggle, got the pain of ever dear. I see them plotting in despair. How they got the keys when I'm the lock without despair? These comparisons ain't fair. They kept throwing stones, I decided to build stairs. Tried to put them on, they just let them in stare. My cup on the throat, sipping red fire hair. If there's anything you learned this year,
Oh yeah, bro. That's fire.
Hell yeah. Shine, give me your opinion. I know what I think about it.
No, for sure. I thought the whole track was really dope. It was a really, really dope, fire, solid record. Uh, who was the rapper on the track?
That was classic.
That he did his thing, bro. I love the cadence that he had. I love that every time he hopped on, it was a different flow. The lyrics were dope. The flow was dope. Obviously, a talented artist on his field. You did your thing as well, bro. On the chorus, hard, dope. What I did like about the choruses as well on your part was that you had that ear candy, which I think is really cool for artists to focus on in their songs to add ear candy. Like you had your ad libs here and there that that had a little bit of distortion. I think with auto tune and stuff like that. That I think that's gonna catch the ear of the audience and make them want to replay the song and listen to it again. And then that little switch up towards the end where y'all had a low pass filter on your chorus and then brought it back up. That was really dope too. It's small details like that really make the track pop. So both of y'all did y'all's thing, bro. Fire record. It was dope, bro. I messed with it heavy. It was dope. Y'all did y'all's thing for real. Props to y'all.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, for even coming on to the review. So last time I'm gonna say thank you. I'm gonna ask you one more question, and then we're gonna close out the night. So if anyone has any other questions, I'm sorry, too bad you can't. No, I'm just playing. If y'all have any other questions for him, you can reach out to him directly. NoisyBoy Dunn, Instagram, NoisyBoy on most other platforms, I believe, and you can reach out to his management. If you're on YouTube, y'all, check the description. You can reach out to his management and reach out to him directly. So, NoisyBoy, is there a legacy that you want to leave behind? And if so, what is that legacy?
I honestly do, and I constantly think about this 24/7. Even since I was a kid, it was weird because as a kid, I've always gotten that I'm mature for my age, and I think it shows because I was 12 thinking about what I wanted to do by age 20, age 30, etc., etc. And yeah, I do want to leave a legacy on my music and just have an impact on just not just EDM but music as a whole. I want to be able to, you know, have a legacy of just good energy, being able to put upcoming artists and give them their shine and give them their own platform and pushing them to be great artists of their own. I want to have a legacy where it's all about that, just unity, you know, spreading good energy, bringing people together, regardless of race, color, religion, sexual orientation, all that. And on top of that, I just want to be able to be one of the very few Mexican American EDM artists that has made it to the level such as Skrillex or Fred again, and EDM artists that are really well known and not just EDM but in music as a whole. And I say this because there's not many of us in the EDM scene. There is some of them. The Oro being one of the many great artists, Mexican American artists, to be doing it. He's doing his thing. Much love to him and much props to him as well for representing for our people. And I want to be able to do that. And on a grander scale, I want to be able to be a somewhat of an inspiration for a Mexican American or just Hispanic or Latino, kid who's also wanting to make music and it's in his room or her room, just linking up to all these dope artists like Skrillex, Joyride, Fred again, ISO. I want to be what Skrillex was to me to the Hispanic community. I want to be able to represent them and shine light on them, in a positive way, especially with what's going on nowadays with the whole situation that's going on in the U.S. right now with immigration,
Yeah.
the whole thing which sucks, and I just pray that everything works out for the best of us. I wish we all just stick together. We all stick together, pray we're gonna make it out of it as we have in the past. We got this, but essentially, yes, I want to be able to shine a positive light on our people and say, hey, we're not what you say you think we are. We can be engineers, we can be doctors, and we can be amazing, great artists who have a legacy, have made an impact in the EDM scene and just the music scene as a whole. So I want to be able to do that for the music industry, the EDM scene, and the Hispanic community. This is what I want to do, and this is what I strive to do. So I hope once I'm not here on Earth anymore and my time is done, I hope I have left my footprint in the music scene and the Hispanic community and have made both worlds proud. So, yeah.
Thank you, Noisy Boy, for joining us here in the review room. I want to close it out with those last words that he just said because they were super inspiring and motivating. And just make sure you guys tap in with Noisy Boy. Make sure y'all show him some love. And
Yeah, of course, bro. Thank you for having me over, bro. I had a lot of fun. I had a great time listening to all these amazing artists' tracks, and it was such an honor being here. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
yeah, no, of course. Thank you for your time, man. I feel like I'll probably say a thank you to you probably 1,000 more times after this. But it really does mean a lot to me. Your time is your most valuable thing, at least to me. And so if the fact that you're willing to hang out with us here in the review room for 2 hours and 30 minutes, it's really dope of you. So the least we can do is show Noisy Boy some love. Follow him on all platforms. Make sure you follow him on Spotify. Make sure y'all comment, like, and share with your friends, y'all. He's gonna be the next big EDM DJ. We're gonna be like Skrillex, who? All right, no, I'm just playing. No, much love and respect to all the artists in here. Thank you guys for joining us tonight in the review. And with that, I will go ahead and end it. Thank you guys again for joining us, and have an amazing Friday.
You wanna You